Hi everybody, myself Dr. Sirisha, I'm a gynecologist. Today I thought of talking about folic acid during pregnancy, why it is that important, what happens if you do not take folic acid, and all the related concerns. Let us go into the talk. Folic acid, as many of you might be knowing, is a form of vitamin B9. And the natural form of folic acid, which is available in the natural resources, is called folate. And folic acid, which we usually take, is a synthetic preparation of this naturally available folate. Why is it so important that every pregnant woman must take folic acid? So, if we go into the details of what folic acid does in our body, folic acid is very, very important in the formation as well as in the repair of genetic material or DNA which is inside the cell. It is also required for cell replication or the new cell formation and also in the formation of many new red cells. So, in the general population, from the natural resources, we usually get enough amount of folate. So, we do not see folic acid deficiencies usually in the general population. But when it comes to pregnancy, as we all know, pregnancy is such a miracle, where one cell, from a one single cell stage, it develops so much to form a tiny, beautiful human being. So, there is a lot of cell division, cell replication, genetic material formation, which occurs throughout pregnancy. Hence, for this beautiful development, a lot of extra folic acid is required than from the natural sources. So, apart from the natural sources, we should also take extra amounts of required folic acid during pregnancy. One more important point to be considered during pregnancy is in the first 3 months of pregnancy, majority of the baby's brain and spinal cord development takes place, and folic acid is very, very essential for the proper development of this brain and spinal cord system. So, what are these natural resources of folate? The green leafy vegetables, including spinach, lettuce, and broccoli, the dry fruits, all the cereals or pulses, and also the eggs. These are the rich sources of folate which are available to us naturally. So, apart from these folate rich diet, all the pregnant women should make sure that they take their extra required amount of folic acid supplementation. It is very glad to know that pregnant women of these days, they definitely know that they should consume extra amounts of folic acid during their pregnancy. But the matter of concern is, majority of them do not know when to start the folic acid and how long to continue. So, ideally, folic acid should be started 3 months before you plan your pregnancy. Yes, you heard it right. It should be started from 3 months before planning your pregnancy. Then the question arises, why before pregnancy? As you have already said, that the natural resources which are available will be sufficient and it is only the pregnancy state which requires extra. True. But if we think of it, as I told you, folic acid is essential for baby's brain and spinal cord development, and major part of it is completed in the first 3 months, that is within the first 12 to 13 weeks of pregnancy. If you can recall, if you were already pregnant before, if you can recall, by the time your urine pregnancy test is positive and by the time you reach your gynecologist, it is already 5.5 to 6 weeks of pregnancy, which means half of your first 12 weeks is gone without folic acid. And this folic acid is required in sufficient amounts from the day of your embryo or the zygote formation. So, for the folic acid to reach sufficient amounts in your blood and for the folic acid to act from the day one of your baby's life, you will have to take the supplement in the required quantities from 3 months before your pregnancy. So, if all the pregnant women or the women who are planning their pregnancies, if they can take their folic acids from 3 months before planning their pregnancy and continue till 3 months of their pregnancy, then many of the anomalies or the abnormalities of the baby's brain and spinal cord can be avoided. I think this should be helpful to realize that the women need to take their folic acid supplementation even before their pregnancy. That is 3 months before planning pregnancy till 3 months of your pregnancy. Thank you.